Yo, what is the dealio? I wanted to make this quick video, and when I say quick, time varies, right? But quick for me because it is something worth noting here, and that is, for trainers, for coaches, for people who teach other people, or people who have a following, or people who have people under them. You're a mentor to either 1 or 1 million people. It's worth noting that people really want to follow people who are consistent, and not just consistent, but consistent at what they say and what they do, how they look, how they feel. And that's one thing that I have to say without sounding prideful. I am proud of saying that I do practice what I preach. I do live my life in a way that what I say is what I do. Now, with regards to every facet of my life, that is how I compartmentalized everything. However, when it comes to my physical well-being, again, I keep on using my age here because I think it is important and it serves a certain relevance to the story. And that is, at 53 years old, like, I am not a bodybuilder by any stretch of the imaginations, but at the same time, I'm not a crackhead, skinny bones, and at the same time, anything that I have with regards to my physique has been purposely and purposefully chiseled into my body the way I want it to be. So from working everything out to your fingers, to your knuckles, to your wrists, to your forearms, and all the way down, I feel like I've been consistent I want to say my whole life, because I've been training for my whole life. And this is something that people will look at you and model after. It is a shame when someone is teaching someone else about anything, okay? So you could be teaching somebody about self-control in their sexual appetites, in their personal lives with regards to, drugs or alcohol. Yeah, that's all good when you have self-control for that, but when you don't have self-control for yourself, this is what people ultimately look at. So again, you don't have to be a bodybuilder, but you should be in physical peak condition, not just at 23 because it's so cool and awesome to have a nice body at 23 years old, not at 33 or 40 years old because, hey, you're reaching that slope. No, it should be when you're 50, 60, 70, and hopefully until the end of your life. You should always be in the best physical shape as possible, because one of the things that is the most difficult to do is to tame your own self, to have your own self under control. I stopped smoking cigarettes. It causes lung cancer and it slows me down. Good. I'm very proud of you. That is true and that's good. But, physically getting fit requires more than just that. And if you don't have the mindset to continually grow and to be in a place of self-perfection, then you're going to be lacking something that other people just kind of will immediately see, or eventually see, and see that will be a chink in your armor. So listen, guys, for people who are looking to train with people who have been doing it, like myself, a zillion years, people who don't just talk about it, but do it. And this is not a shame fest, okay? I should have prefaced by saying this is not a shame fest. This is a wake-up call. This is as a man, specifically, as a man, you have a mandate on this earth to be optimally everything you can possibly be. And that's not just in your work environment. That is not just in your relationship environment. That's not just as a big brother environment, or, you're a black belt in XYZ. No, it has to be in every aspect of your life. And it starts with here, and then physically outputting, meaning people see you and they're not saying, oh, wow, look at the body, he's an Adonis. I mean, that'll be cool also, but they're saying that guy trains. And then when they get to speak with you and they see how long you've been training and how consistent you are and how you emphatically need to have this in your life, they will see someone who is disciplined and someone who is willing to put in the effort for themselves so that they can speak from a real world example of what you can do. So for people who are looking for coaches who really practice what they preach, then let me tell you something. Well, you can start here for one. We have WCS. You have my son. I mean, there's many examples of people that practice what they preach. But for people who are starting to learn or are under the tutelage of somebody, if your coach or your sifu or your sensei or whatever in the world you want to call them is not doing that, meaning they physically don't look like the part, I don't care how strong they are, I don't care how athletic they are, all that is awesome, beautiful, and kudos to them. But if they're not actually doing something for their own body that shows that they care about it, then it's a waste of time, and I would highly implore you, go look somewhere else. So in the meantime, make sure you guys stay healthy, and you can reach out and DM me anytime. Peace.